Shalom and welcome back to this week's installation of a Biselleh Torah. I'm glad you're here to learn a little Torah with me. This week's Parsha is called Toldot. And while there are many aspects to this Parsha that demand that we look at it very closely, there's one specific aspect which we probably are well familiar with that I want to pay special attention to with you for a few moments today. Jacob and Esau, the twins that are born, have a rivalry that stems from the utero, and it grows with intensity with the passing of years until finally, as Father Isaac is ailing, he's on his deathbed basically, he summons his sons to give them his blessing, and of course there's a reversal that happens here. But the Ikar, that which I want to share with you, which has such power in it, is when the first son, Jacob, approaches his father. The father blesses him and says, I'm blessing you mital hashamayim, with the dew that emerges from heaven, and also the richness that comes from the earth. Later on, when Esau comes to his father and demands a blessing, the father gives essentially the same blessing to his second son. He says, the fatness or the wealth of the earth shall come to you, and the dew of heavens. The only real difference between those two initial blessings is that they're reversed. When Jacob is blessed, the blessing comes to him first from heaven and then from earth. When Esau comes to his father, it's the opposite, first from earth and then from heaven. Sometimes we bemoan the fact that as we age, so many infirmities come upon us, so we worry that we spend more time at the doctor than we do doing the things that we would like to do. But there's a corollary to that, something that should not be missed. There's a wisdom that comes with age. It's not necessarily something that we look for, but it comes to us because of experience, because of the blessings that we've experienced in our life, the curses, the pain, the joy, the ups and downs, all of those things, if we take them together and put them in a cauldron and cook it together, we find that we have gained some powerful insights into what it means to be alive. So here's the question that I pose to you today. What is most important to you? What do you value most above all else? And then if you can answer that question, I would ask you to turn back the pages of your life and ask, what was most important to you when you were, say, 20, and then maybe 40? And then as the years advance, we find that our priorities change, not because we've achieved greatness with all of the things that we wanted to possess as we were younger, but because we've wizened with the years. We've learned what's really important. And what is important? Now I want to come back to the question that I asked you just a moment ago. What is most valuable in your life? And I reckon it's probably the things that are more of spiritual nature than of physical nature. So this is why I think Isaac blesses this first son with things that are powerfully spiritual, because he knows who he is. He is, as it were, older than his years, whereas Esau's consumed with this world, and so he's blessed with that. So, can you articulate what is most important to you right now? Maybe relationships, maybe breath itself. You're breathing, you're alive. Maybe the fact that you've got a beautiful place to live, a house, a roof over your head. Maybe the things that when we were younger we took for granted. We wanted to graduate with honors. We wanted to get the best job. We wanted to get the best spouse. We wanted all kinds of things. And now, in the twilight of our years, what's most important? Father Isaac knows, which is why he blessed Jacob the way that he did. Maybe it's time to take a personal accounting while we are still infused with the life force that God gave us. A personal accounting of what's most important, and then to accent it, to place true importance on the things that truly matter most of all. Shabbat Shalom.